My dad handed the business over to my brother, so I made the decision to leave. I left behind my older brother, went to university, and later worked as an accountant in the city. My journey started at 15, working for my dad as a plumber, before going to college to earn my qualifications in plumbing and gas. By the time 2020 rolled around, my brother returned from the city and took on a role with my dad in accounting. For the past 4 years, my dad has been battling asbestosis, which has taken a toll on him and the family. His condition is worsening, but he still finds joy in life. I've been managing the business for the past 2 years, and we've grown. We now have a fleet of 50 vans, each with one qualified plumber and a trainee. 2020 was tough at first, but we've managed to get back on our feet. Fridays are still the only days I work on the tools, as I now have to juggle running the company. My dad, despite his illness, still comes in on Fridays to work with me. Everything changed. He told the family that he was stepping down from the business due to his health. He wanted to spend more time with my mother and handed the reins over to my brother. That was when I was asked to step down from my role as CEO. After 12 years of dedication, that hurt more than I could put into words. In the early days, it was just me and my dad. My brother never showed much interest in the business. He said it wasn't worth his time. And now, just like that, he's the boss. Meanwhile, I've been moved back to a heating engineer position with a 20,000-pound pay cut. The whole thing felt like a betrayal. My brother has no understanding of what we do or how to do it. I had a conversation with my dad, and he told me that my brother deserved it. He said my brother had a family and went to university, while I didn't. The workers are angry about the decision. A lot of them have told me they'll follow me if I start my own business. I told my dad that if that's how he feels, I'd walk away and start something on my own. I haven't spoken to either him or my brother since, and I've asked them not to contact me. The past month has been brutal. I've received thousands of calls and messages from family members saying some pretty hurtful things, accusing me of being ungrateful. But then, I decided to go to my dad's for breakfast and have a heart-to-heart. This morning, when I arrived, my mom answered the door, and she looked like she had been crying for hours. Dad came over, and we went out for breakfast. He didn't say a word on the way there, nor when we sat down. It wasn't until the ride back that he asked if we could pull over to talk. That was the first time I ever saw my dad cry. I asked him why he did this to me. He said he didn't know. I kept pushing for an answer, and after a long silence, he told me it was because he owed it to my brother. He said he hadn't been there for my brother growing up the way he had been there for me, and that my brother had needed him at times when he was busy working. After everything, 12 years of hard work, sacrifice, and dedication to the business, I couldn't believe that was his reason. It was a punch to the gut. I told him how it hurt, how it felt like I had given my entire life to this business, only for him to turn his back on me just because my brother came back. To my surprise, my dad didn't get angry. He seemed remorseful. He told me how much my mom had been affected after reading the post I put up. She was devastated, thinking that I would never speak to them again. My dad admitted that after reading all the comments, he realized that he should have split the business between the two of us. He said the company would need both of us to keep growing and progressing, and apologized to me for never telling me how proud he was of everything I had done. I know how proud he was. My brother has full control. My father has no say anymore, and my brother would never go 50-50, he told me. He wants me to go back as my brother will need me. I told him that's not my problem anymore. After he demoted me and cut my pay, I tried to make it work for 3 weeks, but my brother wouldn't listen. He didn't believe I knew what I was talking about. He was telling me he knows how to run a business, so I left. I worked my butt off there when I could do the same work and make more money for myself. My dad broke down and said that he had destroyed the family and should never have done what he did. I don't understand why I took this long to release. I was a valuable piece in the company. Update 2. My dad gave the business to my brother, so I left. I have had a couple of Zoom calls with some clients today, and they have gone very well. I've been informed that they will all be sending B-signed proposal letters for the up-and-coming work. Lucky the site start dates don't clash. That was one of the main things I was worried about. 3 of my colleagues have now left the business and have spoken to my dad informing him about why they left and that they will be coming to work with me under their own choice. To hear them tell me this meant a lot. They all have between 5 to 10 year more experience in the industry. At the moment, I have all we need to start a new business with the 3 vans I own and tools I've built up over the years. I am looking forward to the new venture in my life and can't wait to share this with my children when I have them. Then I received a call from my father asking me to come over for dinner. I was unsure at first, but thought it was probably a step in the right direction. On arrival, my whole family was there. I went in and the atmosphere dropped. My mom wouldn't look at me and my brother just sat there acting as if I didn't exist. My dad came and asked me and my brother to come into his office. He started to ask when I was going to return to the company as they need me in early Monday morning. I could not even believe what I was hearing. I told them both, I'm not coming back and have started my own company. And what does he mean, you gave the business to my brother? My brother started to lose his temper, telling me if I cared about the company, why would I leave? I have some very choice words before telling him that I have always cared for the company and spent 12 years of my life working to make it successful, unlike him who swans in and takes all the glory, and that I will not sit there and be treated like that. I told my brother to get lost so I could talk. To Dad, I asked, what was this morning all about? Telling me he's sorry, but then expects me to go running back. He couldn't even look me in the eye, so I left, said goodbye to my cousin, nieces, and nephews, and walked out.